All right, joining me now is Salesforce CEO Marc Benioff. Marc, always great to get some time with you. Normally, I would start this off talking about earnings, but there was a lot going on that earnings call. What stood out to me is you saying you have hit this hyperspace button. What is that button, and what did you mean?
Brian, it's great to be with you again, and I'm so thrilled. And, well, we were together at Dreamforce, and you were there when we laid out our profitability framework that by fiscal year 26 that we would exceed 25% margins. Well, we actually did that today. We hit that hyperspace button, accelerated everything by 2 years. We delivered for this quarter an incredible 29.2% operating margin while also delivering 17% revenue growth. It was pretty awesome this quarter, and I couldn't be more proud of our team and what everyone has done to make this happen.
You also talked about it being a new day at Salesforce. Walk us through that.
Well, I think it's connected to what we're talking about. We've really been focused on getting to higher levels of margin and higher levels of profitability, and now you can see the North Star more than 30%. How we're moving forward as a company is not just being the number one CRM in the world. Obviously, that's incredibly important for this company in sales and service, in marketing, in commerce, in all of our critical areas where our customers connect with their customers. But to really also deliver all the financial metrics. We want to be the most profitable software company in the world, one of the very largest, which we are, and also the highest cash flows. You saw we delivered more than $7.1 billion in cash flow for the year. These were incredible numbers, and we're committed to much higher results.
Marc, I was talking to a couple analysts while the earnings call was going on. I think you knocked them off their seats with a call out of a 30% operating margin by the first quarter of calendar 2024. How do you get there? Do you need more headcount reductions? Does the economy have to come back? How do you hit that number?
Well, you can see the direction. We've had increases in our operating margin each and every year in the last 5 years, but you'll see also that we were able to, exactly like you said, hit the hyperspace button. Look, we added 4 points this year, not 4 basis points, 4 points in operating margin. And next year we're going to add, or the current year that we're in, fiscal year 24, 4.5 points. So directionally, we're going in this incredible area, and we're moving as fast as we can into the 30s.
I'd love to unpack a couple things you mentioned on this call. Let's start with you working with the team at Bain. Are you trying to find more efficiencies? Why did you tap them, and what are you working on with them?
Well, I should just bring them in or I should just hit my foot on the floor because they're actually in our building, which is how I know Manny, the CEO of Bain, is here. I bump into him on the elevator all the time, and I said to him, hey, we're trying, and our company, we're a scaled software company now, number 3 software company in the world. We want to improve these financial performance metrics, and he has just a whole playbook. He just rips out and just says, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're already implementing a lot of his ideas. There's a lot more to do. Honestly, we're just getting started. I couldn't be more excited about where we are, but I couldn't be more excited about where we're going. And Bain is going to be an important part of Salesforce's future, and Manny especially.
Where do you see Salesforce going?
Well, look, we're moving into this incredible new AI world, where everything and anything and everyone is all connected. And to make that happen, we're going to have a level of technology infrastructure inside all of our customers that's really completely different than we have today. A great example is Ford. Ford, I have a Mach-E. I also have the new Ford Lightning. These are electric cars that are autonomous. The Lightning's an electric truck. It's really cool. But all the telemetry data and all the connectivity from those cars is going into our data cloud. And that data cloud then ingests it, and then through our artificial intelligence, through the real-time capabilities, through the automation, it's communicating back to me as I hit different thresholds of product performance. And I get texts, I get emails, I get offers, I'm getting sold, I'm getting serviced, all through my data cloud. It's this connectivity between Salesforce's core clouds and kind of this new world that we're in. That is really exciting to me. You saw incredible traction. This quarter, it became our fastest growing cloud, but not just at Ford, at companies like Boston Scientific. They did amazing things with the data cloud. F1, the guys who do the sports racing, 99% of their customers they never even get to meet. Data Cloud connects them all automatically. And this is what's getting me excited that we're going to be a huge player in the new AI world.
For the layperson out there that is not as tech savvy as you, Mark, talk to us about Einstein GPT. Is that going to go to battle with the Microsoft Chat GPT? Explain it to us.
Well, Einstein is our core artificial intelligence platform at Salesforce. We are the leaders in artificial intelligence and CRM and commerce. We've delivered incredible results for our customers, making sure that when their customers are online buying from them, we're able to provide an artificial intelligence framework that we've been developing for a decade that is really incredibly state of the art. With this next generation of generative AI, what it means is that AI is going to be able to do even more for you. It can code for you. It can write letters for you. If you're a sales executive or a service executive, it's going to be able to create content. There's a lot of things that AI is able to do today that we couldn't do 10 years ago. And we're really about to enter an incredible new world where AI is going to really help all of our customers be more productive, have higher performance, and ultimately be far more profitable.
Mark, I hope it doesn't start creating finance content. I need to be out here keeping this gig, please. But I can't take that stuff. All right, so we have Einstein GPT. Second thing that picked up to me on this earnings call, and I almost can't believe I heard it. You disbanded your M&A committee. Holy cow! That is a big signal, I think you said, to investors. I mean, just walk us through that.
Well, we've done some great acquisitions here, MuleSoft and Tableau, both who had great quarters in the fourth quarter. Slack, which I know you use at Yahoo very aggressively. It's a great product. By the way, it'll be a huge part of the AI future because Slack, for so many of our customers, is a critical data set for their AI future, as well as a user interface into AI. Like a lot of these new AI startups that are emerging in the Bay Area, they're all Slack-first companies, and they use Slack as the primary interface to their AI system. So that's something that we're going to definitely be demonstrating. And when we walk in, we don't have to do the development work for the AI to Slack. It's already done because that's how they kind of built their whole company. But this is really where the world is moving to. We're having a new kind of world, and our acquisitions have set us up very well for that world. At the same time, for us to deliver these much higher levels of profitability and performance that we're committed to, new levels of prioritization of our core organic products like Data Cloud, Brian, that's going to mean that we're going to have to slow down and mitigate what we've been doing with M&A. And so we disbanded our M&A committee to do that. We created a new business transformation committee to focus on profitability. And hey, well, you can see it in the results this quarter, 29.2% operating margin. We delivered $8.4 billion in revenue. Brian, how many software companies have you reported on that have ever delivered a quarter quite like that?
Fair point, Mark. So is the day of the big acquisition in Salesforce done for the next 24 months?
Well, I certainly think so. I mean, it's impossible to predict the future, you know that. But what I really can say is we're really focused on our profitability, our core performance, these financial metrics. That's why we delivered a great fourth quarter. That's why we're going to deliver a great fiscal year 24. We're now estimating that we're going to deliver almost $35 billion in revenue this year with 27% operating margin. This is what Salesforce is really focused on today, while also we just hit a absolute record low in customer attrition because our customer success has never been higher. So all of these things are working together, and they're working very well for us here.
There's a couple changes coming to your board. Why have you made those changes?
Oh, we've had some great experiences with our board. We've had two board members that we're sadly having to say goodbye to. They've been with us for 20 years, Sandy Robertson and Alan Hassenfold, incredible executives who've really guided the last 2 decades of our performance. And we're saying hello to 3 great new executives. I mean, one of them has been part of our ecosystem. You might have seen him at Dreamforce when you were there, Brian. Mason Morfitt, the CEO of Value Act Capital. He was not just at Dreamforce and has met with our customers and spent time with all of our executives and employees, but built these incredible decks showing us new levels of performance that we could get in a distribution strategy and pricing. He was on the board of Microsoft, so he has incredible wisdom from that and from running Value Act as the CEO. So we said, "What, Mason? You should really be on our board. You're really adding value like we've never seen from an outsider." His founder, Jeff Ubben, also was someone who was there at Dreamforce with us. He's an old friend of mine for many years, incredibly wise and enlightened person as well. And, we're like, wow, Mason, come in and help us. And then Sasha Morin, the MasterCard's a great customer of ours. The chief financial officer, has incredible financial engineering expertise. We've asked him to join our board. And probably one of my favorite CEOs of all time, one of the top CEOs in the world, Arnold Donald, is also joining our board. So we have 3 great new board members, and that's 5 new board members in the last 16 months. Incredible.
I've gotten to know Arnold Donald through the years. He's been very
just
informative.
Great person, isn't it? Just great person.
Let me ask you this, Mark. I've been doing this for a while. I know I may appear young, but I have been doing this for a while. I've never
You don't
seen...
appear that young, Brian.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the raw honesty. The active situation, I have never seen anything like this. What is there a resolution in sight? How does this all end, and how do you move beyond it?
Well, look, I can really learn from anyone, and I enjoy meeting new people, and I enjoy talking to folks. And look, there's lots of different levels of understanding of enterprise software. There's different understandings of our company, who our customers are. But it doesn't matter what grade all these folks are at. I'm trying to ingest and learn and understand their perspectives. I think it's extremely important that I have a beginner's mind. I like to practice the Japanese concept of shoshin. How do I have a beginner's mind? And the expert's mind, Brian, there's no possibilities. The beginner's mind, there's every possibility. And that is really my approach with everything that has been going on with Salesforce. And it's been great. And then out of that, wow, I was just really blown away with Mason Morfitt and how he was able to just, grok what we're doing at Salesforce, but then deliver these, like I said, these decks, which outlined what we thought was just strategic directions for our company that really showed his expertise. And that's why we've added him onto our board.
Mark, you really, you've long been seen as a pioneer in software, but also in the business community. And you're a co-founder of this really large company. How's this been to go through a situation like this?
I'm having the time of my life. I mean, this has been 24 years. You've been along the way for a long time too. You've been to all our events. You've talked to so many of our customers and our employees. And look, this is great. Who would have thought, 24 years ago when I was a few blocks away from here at the top of Telegraph Hill in an apartment overlooking Mount Diablo, before it had all this gorgeous snow covering that it has today, I would say we could never have imagined that we would have delivered, one of the very largest and most important software companies in the world. I'm very grateful to everyone who's been part of this journey, and I couldn't be happier with where we are today and where we're going.
Where do you see yourself in the next decade, Mark? What's your next act?
I'm right here in the present moment, Brian, which is where I think you should be too.
I got to ask the tough questions, though, Mark. I got to ask these things. I have to. It's just part of the gig.
I am having a great time, and I am just loving, being the CEO of Salesforce. If you're trying to allude to like what my succession strategy is, I mean, you've been following the company a long time. I always have a strong successor in place. I always have a strong number 2. I always have a strong management team. That's what I love, and that's what I'm very much committed to at the board.
Is that person inside the company? Have you have like a group of people?
Oh, we definitely have
Gotcha.
People inside the company, absolutely, and that is something that we'll continue to develop and grow and enhance and make sure that that's a core part of our strategy, and it always has been and it always will be.
Salesforce co-founder and CEO Marc Benioff, thank you so much. I know it's a busy time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for taking the time, Brian. All the best.
Of course. Thank you.